We are back live. It looks like, as you guys know, LinkedIn Live is in beta. So we are back though, and we're on number 9. So I do apologize for anyone that missed it. I'll actually post a link and do a blog around all 18. So if you did miss it, as you guys know, LinkedIn Live is in beta. They do have some issues. So we did disconnect, but we're back, and we're gonna get started. So number 9, don't ignore the analytics. When you are buying a list, make sure when you email that list or you call that list, you find out how many of those first 50 calls were accurate numbers. How many of those 50 emails actually were open? What was your open rate on your calls? What was your success rate? What was your voicemail rate? Get all those ratios. Get all that analytics. Those are very important because when you do want to do it, you might want to test and get from a few different lists from 2 different people and test both samples out. You want to make sure you have the analytics, okay? So it's very important that you use that and use those analytics to make your decision. Manage your marketing budget. Depending on what your marketing budget is, that could depend on how many contacts you need. So make sure you focus on what your budget is, and when you are going around and getting quotes for that list, make sure it's around your budget. But as I said, don't go too cheap. If a list is too good to be true and it's too cheap, you're going to get bad quality. So in life, you get what you pay for. I keep saying that. So make sure you use some of these tips when figuring out if that's the right place to get the list. Remember, duplicates are useless. Find a company when you are purchasing that list that will take your existing list and make sure they give you net new contacts. If you're buying 5,000 contacts and when you get it, you already had 4,200, well, you just paid a lot of money for 800 net new contacts. So make sure you duplicate your list always. Okay. 12. Follow the law. CASL in Canada, CAN-SPAM in the U.S., GDPR in Europe. Know your regulations when you have that list. Know what you can do, what you can't do. Is that list opt-in versus opt-out? Know all that information and research all that information if you don't know it. If you have any questions about GDPR or CASL or CAN-SPAM, put it in the comment section and I will answer it right after this live for you guys. One thing I find is, refreshing your list is very important as well. A list is only good. People lose their job every day. They quit, they get fired, they go on mat leave, paternity leave, everything. So if your list and the emails you have on your list are going down every month, you want to continue to clean your list. A lot of people clean their list every few years. I would say you want to clean your list every quarter. And if you have a small list, clean it every month. I mean, you could clean a list and validate an email for not that big of a cost. But you have to think, when you have a list and you're spending all this money to purchase the list, the last thing you want to do is have that bad information where you're spending more money for your salespeople to call or email that bad list. That's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So your cost is not going to be in purchasing the list. Your cost is actually going to be, if you have a bad quality list and that employee is using that list, your cost is going to be way more than the cost of the list. So that's one more reason why I would say that the quality is so important, and you have to make sure you look at the quality and use some of these tips when making that decision. I would say another, 16, don't forget to segment your list. You want to segment your list by maybe job title, by industry, because your messaging needs to be different. Your messaging needs to be different if you're reaching out to somebody that is in manufacturing, might be different than somebody that might be in healthcare. So make sure that you are segmenting that list inside when you get that list. Okay. Knowing your stats will increase your ROI. Another one. If you're not getting a return on your investment, don't invest. It's the same with anything. You don't buy a house hoping it's not going to appreciate. So when you get that list, make sure you get an ROI. If you buy a list and you spend $10,000 on a list, you have to say to yourself, okay, if I have my average deal size is $3,300, I need 3 deals a year to break even. Okay, everything deal after 3 is I'm making money. So when you get that first list that you want to make sure that you get 5, 6, 7 sales because it's only going to take you 3 to break even. I would also use contacts to build your company. You want to grow a company, you need a list. What we've done at AutoClose is, we've put in the database. So we actually have 28 million contacts inside our software. So for example, if you wanted to reach out to people, you usually have to go buy a sales engagement tool. You'd have to go and buy data. But what we've allow you to do is actually do it all at once. So if you are looking for data, and you want to use it and be able to email it and follow up on it, we do have 28 million inside the AutoClose database, which is why we built the platform. But the key with us is keeping and maintaining that database and keeping it clean. So we actually wrote these 18 tips for people that are buying lists, but also people that are using it inside a platform. So make sure that you are doing both. If you're buying a list, listen to these tips. And if you are already using AutoClose or using a sales engagement tool or using a third-party database to send emails, make sure they're doing it. And that's what I would recommend for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions live today. But let me know, are you currently buying lists? Have you had a bad experience with lists? If you did, what was your bad experience? Because I want you guys to share those bad experiences so people that are watching this can see, what happens when you buy a list that you, for example, have a lot of duplicates. What happens when you buy a list and the list isn't what you thought of. One more tip I'm going to say, and this happened to me early on in my career when I was a VP of sales. I remember I purchased a list back in the day, and I didn't think anything of it then, but the person I purchased it would only accept wire transfers. They won't accept credit card. They won't accept a certified check. Nothing. It should have raised, a bell saying, "Oh, why are they only accepting wire transfers?" Because you can't charge back a wire transfer. So any data company that's asking for wire transfers, I personally would tell you to stay away from. It's just not a good idea. And those they're usually doing that because they're hiding something, or else they would let you pay Visa, MasterCard, and a check. But yeah, so that's what I want to talk about. The wire transfers. But the importance of all these tips that we're providing today. I hope this will help you if you're purchasing a list, if you're looking for data. Also, if you're looking for data, as I said, you could go to our website, autoclose.com. We have 28 million contacts, I believe, right now that were just recently verified that you can search and filter and use. But if you have any questions about data, any questions about where to get good data, who the good data suppliers are, how to compare them, there's Discover.org, Zoom, they just got acquired, but there's a few others out there that are higher end. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer all your questions. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Next week we're going to come up with something new. If you guys want, I'm going to do a blog around all these 18 tips. If you want me to send you the blog, in the comment section, just say, send me the blog, please. I will send you guys all the blog. You'll see all the tips in there. But if you have any questions, I'll stay a little bit after on my LinkedIn and answer them. Hope everyone's having a great week. Once again, Sean Finder from AutoClose, currently calling from Toronto, Canada. Hope everyone has a great day. And until next week, good luck selling.